The National Liquor Traders Council has welcomed the announcement by President Cyril Ramaphosa to not impose further restrictions on alcohol sales in the country. The Council's national convener, Ntimane, joins us now via Zoom. Lucky, a very good evening to you. Thank you so much for joining us. We see that the alcohol industry has been untouched by the address by President Cyril Ramaphosa a short while ago. So what's your reaction?
We welcome the announcement by the President, that allows the alcohol industry to continue without any restrictions or even a ban on alcohol, as it were. But we feel that we have done our part for us to be where we are. We have seen since September that the number of cases of COVID-19 had been at a manageable level, even though alcohol was fully available. That means that the industry did something right. And we conducted tavern rallies across the country where we encouraged our traders, even our patrons and their families, to vaccinate. We feel that this was a game changer for us. But also we embarked on tavern compliance programs across the country to encourage our traders to comply with all the relevant COVID-19 protocols. So we feel that we've done our part for us to where we are today. But obviously we remain concerned about the steady increase of the number of COVID-19 cases. We know that this will not augur well for us going forward. So it's a wait-and-see approach, but we would like to caution the President that enough is enough. We cannot have a situation where alcohol is used as a strategy to fight COVID-19. We cannot afford another ban going forward.
When you say you've done your part, does it mean engaging with the presidency or even the National Coronavirus Command Council with regards to, raising awareness on the effects of, the alcohol ban affecting so many livelihoods?
No, so we've done our part in terms of awareness and executing programs on the ground that will make sure that we encourage the issue of vaccination as well as promotions of non-pharmaceutical interventions. It is said that after almost 22 months that we've been on advent of lockdowns, government has not engaged with the alcohol industry. Certainly, the President keeps on blue-ticking us. He has not spoken to the alcohol industry. And we remain concerned because in his announcement tonight, he mentioned that there is going to be a task team that is going to look at the vaccine mandates. So now we wonder whether these vaccine mandates for liquor traders or for the alcohol industry are going to be implemented without our input. Certainly, we won't accept, that decisions continue to be made for us without us.
When you say that the President still hasn't consulted the alcohol industry, I mean, shouldn't the alcohol industry have approached the presidency or the NCCC with regards to proposing some of the issues that you deem may be, acceptable to the alcohol industry? Because we know that the measures that the President, announced tonight are for a temporary, because we're still monitoring the situation with regards to the COVID-19 infections as a result of the Omicron variant.
Yeah, we have written countless emails to the President. We've made countless calls to his inner circle, and we are yet to receive a response, in over 20 months. So it seems that the President continues to treat the alcohol industry with disdain. He doesn't want to talk to us. Maybe he sees us as doing something that he doesn't like. Maybe he doesn't even recognize the alcohol industry. Certainly, we have tried, and we continue to wait in patience that, government is going to, maybe shed some bit of arrogance and be able to engage with the industry that, employs over 1 million people in its entire value chain. It's a worrying trend where, we reach out to government so that we can find solutions that work for both of us. For us as liquor traders and certainly as the alcohol industry, we really want to work with government. We want to support all their initiatives to make sure that we are able to fight COVID-19 together. Hence, we are running initiatives that are aimed at supporting government. But government does not want to meet us halfway. They do not want to talk to us.
Just picking up on your last point that the government doesn't want to meet you halfway and does not want to talk to you. And obviously the government, consults with the experts with regards to coronavirus and the prevention mechanisms. Are you not concerned that the government, in relation to consulting with the experts, might refer to one study by the South African Medical Research Council and the University of Cape Town published in the SA Medical Journal in July, saying that the restrictions reduced the number of unnatural deaths? This will be adverse to the alcohol industry, isn't it?
We had alcohol on sale for the past 3 months unabated, without any restrictions. And where was that report? Where were the deaths? Where were the trauma units in hospitals? There were none. None of those things took place. So, this research or these reports that are done only looking at 5 hospitals across the country really do not cast a proper light on the true nature of what is happening on the ground. And we reject such reports. President, if he is willing to talk to us, we are going to share with him some of the projects or programs that we feel are going to make a difference in ensuring that we continue to support the issue of lives and livelihoods. But he continues to ignore us, and he has to listen, to a select few that maybe they say the things that he wants to hear. But we are then saying that in South Africa, unfortunately, our economy is intrinsically linked to the alcohol industry. If you ban alcohol, everything else falls. So you really have to find a way in which you allow the economy to run, but also we find ways and means in which we can work together to make sure that we safeguard the lives of people that are dependent, on the health sector for their survival when they do get COVID. But it is not happening. But we are not going to give up. We are going to continue to do our part to make sure that we support government, because in doing so, we are supporting society, we are supporting communities in which we operate.
The festive season, Mr. Ntimane, which starts in the next couple of days, is the most lucrative, especially for the alcohol industry, for the hospitality industry, for the travel and the tourism industry. So what is it that you're going to do insofar as ensuring that you are not obviously affected, going forward, in particular in this festive season?
Yes, you are correct. The festive season represents almost 30% in sales for the alcohol industry. But what we're going to do, we are going to ramp up our social programs with respect to alcohol harm reduction. We are going to focus on underage drinking, road safety as it pertains to drink and drive. And we're also going to look at the issue of responsible drinking. But also, certainly, we're going to look at the issue of responsible trading of alcohol by our traders. We are going to make sure that we create safe spaces in our places of trade to make sure that ours is an environment that continues to support government as we fight COVID-19. We are going to ensure and encourage our traders to follow all the non-pharmaceutical interventions as it pertains to wearing of masks that covers both the mouth and the nose, sanitizing, as well as encouraging safe sitting distances in our pubs, in our taverns. These are the things that we have to do because we see ourselves as citizens of the country before we are business people. We are committed to ensuring that we support the country, we support government in fighting COVID-19, irrespective of any differences that we might have with the president and his government.
In as much as you are business people and you are committed in following the country's laws, but it does appear that you are not so hell-bent in encouraging some of your members to abide by the COVID-19 regulations, because I've been taking a drive around some of the townships. I'm not going to mention names, but I know that by 3 a.m. some alcohol traders were still open and selling alcohol. So this is a stark violation of the country's COVID-19 rules. And as the president mentioned, that the curfew of between 12 midnight and 4 a.m. still remains in place.
You are incorrect in your surmise to say that we're hell-bent on not doing anything. I've just mentioned that we are running tavern compliance programs in the country, and we are also running vaccination drive that ensure that this basket of interventions that we have continue to support government. If you are bumping into people that are trading at 3 o'clock, it is your responsibility as well as part of the citizenry to report such people. We are encouraging the entire population to make sure that we take a citizen-wide approach in dealing with unscrupulous traders that defy the regulations. But also, you must understand that we've got shebeens who are not licensed that continue to bedevil our society by trading in alcohol illegally. And we have called on law enforcement officials to take the law into course to make sure that these people pay for having to trade in alcohol in illegally. We cannot certainly afford people that are not coming to the party in supporting our efforts and certainly government's efforts to make sure that we fight COVID-19. But it is all our responsibility that anyone who breaks the law, we ought to report those people. If it means that they must lose their licenses, so be it. Will not have shame or will not even feel any guilt for reporting anyone who does not comply with the laws of the country. We have no room for anyone who does not want to play ball and follow the protocols and follow the laws of our country. We will not protect anyone. If you do not follow the law, if it means you must lose your license, so be it.
All right, Mr. Ntimane, lovely chatting to you. Thank you so much for joining us this evening.